Evaluating with appreciative inquiry. Appreciative inquiry has been used widely for many years as an organisational development method. It seeks to renew, change and improve performance. It acknowledges that the questions we ask as part of an evaluation are often based on a deficiency model, intended to explore what our problems are and what needs to be fixed. Appreciative inquiry takes an alternative, asset-based approach, which starts with the belief that every organisation and every person in that organisation has positive aspects that can be built upon. It asks us to reflect on what's working well and what's good about what we are currently doing. Appreciative inquiry asks a series of questions which aim to identify current positive strengths, encourage creative thinking about how further enhancements might be achieved, foster positive working relationships and facilitate the formulation of plans, and direct organisational and individual motivations towards improvement. This approach is sometimes described as being the opposite of problem solving, as it has a positive focus on how to increase performance and foster collaboration, rather than reacting to perceived faults or weaknesses. Its positively orientated principles are based in the science of positive psychology, which is commonly used in mentoring and coaching. Appreciative inquiry can be used in a range of contexts in higher education. At Sheffield Hallam, it has been used as part of module and course reviews conducted with students, research into student views on their engagement in learning activities, practitioner evaluations of teaching and assessment practices, the evaluation of outreach activities and student experience initiatives, and reviews of the effectiveness of working groups and communities of practice. An example of how appreciative inquiry has been used at Sheffield Hallam is in reviewing results of the National Student Survey at course level. Workshops have been conducted which enable staff to use their NSS data positively in order to openly share good practice and ideas for success, whilst considering improvement strategies and designing tangible actions with measurable outcomes. The use of appreciative inquiry provides an optimistic and supportive environment in which staff might feel empowered to work collaboratively with colleagues across the institution to design realistic actions which draw on proven practical approaches. An appreciative inquiry evaluation is often conducted through interviews, focus groups or workshops, although it can also be carried out individually as part of a personal reflection on practice. The process used at Sheffield Hallam is adapted from the original appreciative inquiry process and incorporates 5 phases. The 5 phases are define, discover, dream, design and deliver. Participants will often work in small groups to create a concept map which summarises their thinking within each phase and enables them to share their understanding visually with other groups. The maps can be referred to for follow-up questions or to prompt further exploration of ideas in more detail. At each stage, a series of prompts can be used to focus the discussion and keep the group on track. Step 1. Define. Before you can analyse a situation, you need to define what it is you're looking at. Prompt questions can be used to help you to clearly state the focus and scope of your appreciative inquiry evaluation. Step 2. Discovery. Here you need to look for the best of what has happened in the past and what is currently working well. You may want to involve as many voices as you can and design your questions to get people talking and telling stories about what they find is the most valuable or appreciated and what works particularly well. When you've gathered enough raw information, you need to use it to identify the factors that have contributed the most to perceived past successes. Step 3. Dream. In this phase, you and your team dream of what might be. Think about how you can take the positives you identified in the discovery phase and reinforce them to build real strengths. Where possible, it can be helpful to bring together a diverse group of stakeholders to maximise the chances of an innovative vision being created. Step 4. Design. Building on the dream, this phase looks at the practicalities needed to support the vision. Here you start to drill down the types of systems, processes and strategies that will enable the dream to be realised, and consider who you need to work with to make things happen. Step 5. Deliver. Sometimes called the destiny phase, the last of the Ds is the implementation phase. This is the phase which requires detailed planning to put your vision into practice. It also includes a focus on how you will evaluate and sustain your new practice, and who can help you. The deliver phase can link back to the first point in the cycle to create a continuous process of improvement. As part of an appreciative inquiry evaluation, you might like to include the opportunity to park certain obstacles, challenges or actions which either need to be dealt with by others or which do not need to be prioritised at the moment. Once each group has completed the cycle, your concept maps can be combined, summarised and fed back to participants to inform their planning. It's a good idea to make sure you know what the next steps will be to enable participants to continue to work together to develop their design and enable it to come to fruition. Thank you for watching this video. For further information on the topics covered or to review some of the resources highlighted, please visit these links. You can find many of these on the STEER evaluation pages at blogs.shu.ac.uk/STEER/evaluation.